Hi, I'm Beth from My Tutoring Bee, and in today's video we're talking about cylinders and finding the volume and surface area. I've got a few examples, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to start off with the lateral and total surface area of this cylinder. In my previous two videos, I talked about rectangular and triangular prisms, and that's basically what a cylinder is a prism, but it just has a circular base, so it has a special name of cylinder. But our formula for a cylinder looks a little bit different with lateral surface area and total surface area. We're going to break that down by creating a net with this cylinder. So if we imagine, let's say like a can of soup, if we wanted to peel the label off of that can of soup, then what shape would that create? If we took this label and cut it down the side like this and spread it out and flattened it out, then it would be one long rectangle that would wrap all the way around this cylinder, right? What are the dimensions of that rectangle? Well, it would be 13 meters tall. That would be a very tall can of soup. So it would be 13 meters tall. But then what would the length of that rectangle be? Well, the length would match the circumference of the cylinder, right? Because that label would have to stretch all the way around the outside edge of that circular top and bottom. So it would have to be long enough to wrap all the way around. So where do we get this length from? Well, that is where our 2 pi r comes from. Let me go ahead and write this formula down here. The lateral surface area is 2 pi r h. Okay, so h being the height of the cylinder, that 13 meters, and then the 2 pi r, so 2 pi r would be the length of that because that is the same as the circumference of the cylinder. So let's talk about r, the radius. The radius extends from the center of the circle out to the edge of the circle. They've given us the diameter here. So this diameter is 20 meters. So half of that would be 10. So instead of r here, I'm going to go ahead and substitute in my 10 meters there. So now we have the dimensions to find the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area is the surface area of just that outer, so that label of the can. We're not also including the surface area of the top and the bottom, so that lid in the bottom of that can of soup, let's say. So let's go ahead and substitute our numbers in here and find our lateral surface area. So 2 pi, and the instructions told us to use 3.14 for pi, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Only use 3.14 for pi when the directions tell you to. Otherwise, I want you to use that pi key on your calculator because you can get a very different answer because we are rounding pi at the very beginning of our problem here. That can give us a very different answer than if we used the pi key and calculated the whole number of pi with everything else. So 2 pi, and then our radius is 10 times the height of 13. And I am going to go ahead and use our calculator to calculate all of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in 2 times 3.14 times 10 times 13. So all of these numbers are being multiplied together, so it does not matter what order we multiply them in. But I just went ahead and put them in the order that we see them, and we get 816.4. So our lateral surface area is 816.4. Okay, so now let's talk about total surface area. So let's look at our total surface area formula. Again, we have that 2 pi RH, 2 pi RH, and that is the lateral surface area. That matches exactly with what we just found. But then we are adding on 2 pi r squared. So pi r squared is the area formula for a circle. And we have two of them. We have the top and the bottom of that cylinder, right? So that's where the 2 comes from, and the pi r squared is the area formula for each of those circles. So that's where that pi r squared comes from. And let's go ahead and add those circles onto our net here. So we would have a circle that is attached at one side of the label and a circle that is attached at the other side of the label. Let me move that up a little bit more more, so it's a little bit better. Okay, so those two circles are the lid and the bottom of our can of soup, since that's what we've been using as our example here. So each of those circles has a diameter of 20 meters, right? So both of them are the same circle, which is why we're multiplying 2 times the area of one of those circles, because we have 2 of them. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers in. So we already know our 2 pi RH is 816.4. plus 2 times pi times r squared. Our radius again is 10, and we're going to square that radius. So let's go ahead and calculate that. Okay, so we've got our 816.4 plus, now my calculator will do order of operations for me. If your calculator does not, or if you're calculating this by hand, you do want to follow order of operations and do the exponent first, then do the multiplication. So we're going to do the exponent first, then do the multiplication, and then add in this 816.4. I'm going to go ahead and put all of this into my calculator because it will calculate it with using order of operations for me. So 816.4 plus 2 times 3.14 for pi times 10 to the second power, and that equals 1,444.4. So 1,444.4 meters squared. And I forgot my meters squared on my lateral surface area. So that is our total surface area, including those circles at the top and bottom. And this one was just the lateral surface area, so just that label or the sides of that cylinder. All right, next we're going to find the volume of this same cylinder. So we've got the same cylinder with a diameter of 20 meters, a height of 13 meters, and our volume is the same as a prism because, as I said before, this is technically just a prism, but just with a circular base instead of triangular or rectangular. So we have a special name for it, which is cylinder, but it is the same formula. Now, capital B, what does that mean? This part gets very confusing for a lot of students because we are used to hearing the word base referred to as a linear measurement of like the base of a triangle or the base of a parallelogram. However, when it is a capital B, it means the area of the two-dimensional base shape of our three-dimensional figure. So in this case, we are finding the area of the circle that is at the base of this cylinder. So that is why I included our area formulas down here, because we are going to need that area formula for the circle, which is pi r squared. So let's go ahead and calculate that. So I'm actually going to rewrite it instead of capital B. I'm going to rewrite it as pi r squared. And then this h is the height of our cylinder. So that's where we're going to put in our 13 there. So volume equals 3.14, because the directions again did tell us to use 3.14 for pi, times the radius squared, which is 10 squared, right? The radius is half of that diameter, so that's going to be 10 meters. And then the height of our cylinder is 13. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my calculator and we can calculate all of that. All right, so we've got 3.14 times 10 squared. And again, my calculator will do order of operations for me. If you're doing this by hand, make sure that you're doing order of operations. And then that times 13, which is our height, and that equals 4,082. So our volume equals 4,082 meters cubed. So again, because we were talking about volume, we want to know how many cubic meters would fit inside the cylinder, and we have about 4,082 of those cubic meters. Up next in the description, I have links to my next videos for pyramids and cones. That's what's coming up next for volume and surface area in this section of my pre-algebra series. I also have a link to the full pre-algebra series list that goes over all of the skills that you would see in a typical pre-algebra class. So check that out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. That does help me to continue making these videos for you. I hope that this video was helpful. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.